From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Tuesday morning. Just wanted a quick update on some of these fires that are burning in southeastern Benton County. I should say they were burning in southeastern Benton County, as they are now both 100% contained. The Les Blair Road fire, 100% contained, and then the other one, which is about to pop up, the Ayers fire, also 100% contained. So we don't have to worry about those for now. All right. Now you are taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart. The camera's shaking a little bit already. We will have some breezes and winds in the valleys for today. In fact, it's going to end up being pretty windy in the Kittitas Valley, but elsewhere, winds not too big of a factor for now. That could change a little bit later in the day. Right now, temperatures in the 40s, 50s, and 60s for lower elevations, 30s and 40s up in the mountains. Your day planner forecast for today. Plenty of sunshine for lower elevation. Temperature is going to be in the 60s and 70s around lunchtime, 70s and 80s at the peak of daytime heating. Bottom line for the forecast, strong wind gusts this evening and Friday in the Kittitas Valley. Still doesn't look like they're going to be nearly as strong as what we saw this past Saturday. Pretty dry, in fact, very dry, and potentially our first triple digits of the year in the basin on Sunday. So lots to talk about on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This has been a witch hunt from the very beginning, and it's been orchestrated by that woman over there, Councilwoman.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. We do have a motion on the floor.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, you heard it right there. Tensions and accusations flying high in Sunnyside as the city manager is placed on administrative leave. We have what led to this decision and also what's next for city leadership. Plus an investigation on the Columbia after a body is pulled from the river, but questions still remain. What we know so far and what investigators are hoping you'll come forward with. And road repairs, roundabouts, and pedestrian walkways are coming to the Tri-Cities. Know all the details, all on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica DeLaw. It is Tuesday, June 3rd. We have a lot to get to this morning, so we're going to start off with a follow-up on the discovery of a body found along the Columbia River. This happened in Benton County back on May 24th, and the Benton County Sheriff's Office says the body was found in the river near Mound Pond across from Port Kelly. Investigators tell us the body was of a man wearing work attire with thermals and boots. He also had on a black motocross t-shirt and blue jeans. There were tattoos on both arms, legs, chest, and his back. Investigators say he did not have any ID on him. An autopsy done on May 29th showed his death is undetermined, but there are some additional test results that are still pending. So if you know anything about this, call BCSO. Turning to Pasco now, where at least one person was taken to the hospital after a crash on Interstate 182 involving a semi-truck. The crash happened at the Road 68 exit just after 12:30 yesterday, and at least one car and one semi were involved. The crash closed 2 lanes of traffic and caused significant travel delays for a few hours yesterday. The condition of the drivers and how many vehicles involved is still being investigated, and we are working to get more information. Stay with us both on air and online at applevalleynewsnow.com. New information this morning. It was a shocking turn of events last night as the Sunnyside City Council voted to place City Manager Mike Gonzalez on 30 days paid administrative leave, effective immediately.
This has been a witch hunt from the very beginning, and it's been orchestrated by that woman over there, Councilwoman.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. We do have a motion on the floor.
Now, that vote was not unanimous as at least 2 council members voted in opposition of the decision. Gonzalez called the move a, quote, witch hunt, blaming Councilwoman Teresa Hancock, with whom he's had a public feud. Tensions ran high at the packed council meeting with heated public comments and accusations of racism. Mayor Dean Broarzema even threatened to clear the room if order was not restored. Sources say a confidential staff meeting was leaked to Hancock, and Gonzalez recently fired Deputy City Clerk Emily Goodell after Hancock filed a complaint. The reason for Goodell's dismissal remains unclear. An interim city manager will be named Wednesday. Now, for more details on this and previous coverage, tune into our website or log into our website and then tune into Apple Valley News Now tonight at 6 p.m. Now turning our attention to the roadways, it's a big boost for transportation across the Tri-Cities and beyond as 15 local projects are getting a green light thanks to millions in new funding. The Ben Franklin Council of Governments has awarded more than $20.3 million in federal transportation grants, which will help launch or complete projects in pedestrian safety, road widening, roundabouts, and much more. As a federally recognized metropolitan planning organization, BFCOG distributes Surface Transportation Block Grants, or STBG funding, to projects that improve regional infrastructure. And of the applications submitted, just over half were selected this cycle, and that includes the repavement of R-170 in Franklin County, the widening and upgrades to bike paths on Columbia Center Boulevard, and the widening of Keene Road in West Richland. Construction timelines vary by project, but all are aimed at improving safety and efficiency for drivers, cyclists, and pedestrians across our region. And stay with us for updates as these projects get underway. Now, the Tri-Cities is the only major metro area in Washington without a detox or inpatient recovery center, but that's about to change. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen takes us to the site of the facility looking to bring hope to those who need it most.
When someone in the Tri-Cities faces a behavioral health crisis, there are usually two outcomes: a hospital emergency room or jail.
Well, it's going to provide needed services that at a scale that aren't available here in this area.
But that's about to change. Construction continues on the Columbia Valley Center for Recovery, the first detox and inpatient treatment facility of its kind in the region. At a recent event, community members and leaders came together to celebrate a major milestone: the unveiling of the center's new logo.
I love the logo. I do. There was a lot of planning on it. There was a lot of back and forth, but I think it's absolutely perfect.
The logo's soft colors are meant to reflect hope, joy, and peace, key values behind the mission of the center. Columbia Valley Center for Recovery might not look like much right now, but a big milestone has just taken place. Once complete, it'll offer round-the-clock crisis care, withdrawal management, and both short and long-term treatment, all under one roof.
I lost my son to drug addiction 10 years ago, and during our long struggle to find treatment, we realized how difficult it is if you have to go to Seattle or California to get treatment. And so I just said, the Tri-Cities is a great community. We can do better.
For advocates and families, this center isn't just a project, it's urgent. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Now, the Recovery Center is expected to open early in 2026. And coming up next here on Good Morning Northwest, spring is usually the time where we see a boom in new homeowners, but this year is looking a little different. Coming up, we'll take a look at what could be causing this drop, and we have more details on that. But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert will have your weather forecast. Keep it right here. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the Educated Cigar.
Saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union, money where it matters.
Kittitas Valley Healthcare is your trusted home for health, offering expert orthopedic care for your family. With over 55 years of combined experience, our team uses state-of-the-art equipment to improve surgical outcomes and provide compassionate, patient-centered care. We're committed to making your experience comfortable and efficient, so you can stay active and healthy. Learn more and schedule a consultation through our website at kvhealthcare.org. Your home for health.
Ryan wants to get every new device that's smart. I'm wondering, how can the internet handle all of this?
We have Spectrum Internet. We use it for everything. Homework, remote work from home, doing research for trips.
Spectrum Internet allows us to do things faster and more conveniently.
I feel like that's a win-win for everybody.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino in Yakima. Experience the thrill of our Vegas-style casino, featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and earn exciting rewards. Enjoy games like Blackjack, Pai Gow, and High Card Flush. While you're here, don't forget to unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy a meal from our restaurant. Come discover Yakima's ultimate entertainment destination, Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
Who's ready to take a spin with us?
1 million reasons.
Sign me up.
To watch.
You haven't won it yet. Yeah.
ABC Tonight.
This could get exciting.
Celebrity Wheel of Fortune, new tonight, 8/7 Central on ABC.
This newscast sponsored by Shriners Children Spokane. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of this morning's temperatures. We start off in Kittitas County right at 40 for Snoqualmie Pass, 54 in Ellensburg, 53 down towards Vantage. And then in the Yakima Valley, low to mid-50s, 56 for Yakima, 51 in Sela. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, we are spanning from 47 to 58, 58 up towards the Hanford site. We're actually at 59 right down the Tri-Cities, 47 down towards Hermiston. Then in the Blue Foothills, a mixture of 40s and 50s and 30s and 40s up in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. Here is your coat cast for today for the Tri-Cities. Light jacket stuff for this morning. Going to be room temperature by 10 this morning, 68 degrees. And of course, it's going to be a lot of t-shirt weather as we head into the afternoon. So for today, warmer compared to yesterday. Will end up being about 5-ish degrees warmer than normal for June 3rd. That means upper 70s in the Kittitas Valley and the Blue Foothills of Walla Walla County. And then we'll be in the mid 80s for the Yakima Valley and the lower Columbia Basin. But we are going to trend just gradually warmer and warmer and warmer throughout the week, to the point where by this weekend we could touch triple digits. I'll show you who has the best opportunity of seeing that, and also I'll touch on some of the wind gusts that we'll have for tonight, another round that's going to be in store for Friday. So all that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In your consumer news this morning, we're looking at how homes typically sell in the spring, and that's because buyers and sellers with families want to move before the new school year in the fall. But this spring market saw lagging sales. In today's Consumer Watch, Jen Sullivan looks at what's causing sales to slow down.
Owning a home is part of the American dream, but it's a dream that's becoming unreachable for many.
It's been a tough environment.
Lawrence Yoon with the National Association of Realtors says higher sticker prices and high mortgage rates are turning away potential buyers.
That is the big barrier to overcome. And right now, at the moment, the Federal Reserve is on pause, reluctant to cut interest rate, so that is hindering the current activity.
The median existing home sale price in April rose to $414,000. Prices have now gone up for 22 straight months. And as of last week, interest rates for a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage were 6.89%, according to Freddie Mac, which is likely why pending home sale prices fell 6.3% in April in all 4 regions of the U.S. Experts warn prices are unlikely to come down anytime soon.
We are finding that home prices continue to hit new record highs.
But there is good news. Yoon says more homes are coming on the market, and that means buyers have more choices.
Good news for potential home buyers. Now they can ask for a little better price, maybe a little more negotiating room.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Now, here in the Tri-Cities area, the housing market shows a median sale price of almost $500,000. In 2024, Tri-Cities saw a record $61 million in home sales. Now, keep it here, because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Josh has how your weather is looking this week. It's all coming up in his full First Alert weather forecast, which is right after the break.
At Choice Hotels like this Quality Inn, you get more for your money, so you can maximize any vacation and get more of that family time. Can I see that? maximized. Say twice and get a $50 gift card when you book direct.
First you hear it, then you feel it. That's the crunchy, melt-in-your-mouth feeling of Ritz Toasted Chips.
Our number one service here at NIU Women's Clinic and Aesthetics is our weight loss program. Our program is really focused on a lifestyle change. We want our patients to be able to lose around 10 to 15 pounds of weight loss a month is what we see. But when they're done with us on the program, we want them to be able to keep that weight off. We don't want to see them yo-yo.
So I've lost about 40 to 50 pounds, and that's been over the span of 3 to 4 months. At my peak, I think I was losing probably 10 pounds a week. It was quite a bit, and I just noticed it was falling off of me.
So we are proud to announce that we are releasing a virtual weight loss program. What makes our program so successful for both men and women is the fact that we are treating exactly the reason why you're gaining this weight in the first place. By addressing your insulin insensitivity, your hormone balancing, your lifestyle, treating everything. We really focus on you and your needs.
Now open in Yakima. Go to newuwomensclinic.com to start your weight loss journey today.
It's not easy being Mariano Morales' horse. He needs to ride to clients all the time. He does take care of them. He gets the insurance company to pay for medical bills, car repairs, even money for pain and suffering. Looks like it's going to be another busy day. Better get warmed up. After all, I am his best friend.
Hurt in a car wreck? Give me a call.
Big or small, we work them all.
I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Tequila makes her clothes.
One of the hottest names in country, Joe Nichols. Live in concert, July 27th, 8 p.m., Legends Event Center.
Yeah, like I was nodding right along to a song on the radio. Yeah.
On sale now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop.
Somewhere sunny.
Joe Nichols, live.
Spectacular Boundary Dam. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be another gorgeous day, just like with yesterday. Plenty of sunshine out there and warmer compared to yesterday, as highs are going to be about 5 degrees warmer than normal for the 3rd of June. So that means we will end up being in the 70s and 80s for lower elevations, 50s and 60s up in the mountains. Winds are going to be a factor for today, especially in the Kittitas Valley. They could peak gusts could be between 40 to 45 miles per hour. Across the map, except for in the lower Columbia Basin and for portions of the Blue Mountains, we'll have to deal with breezy or windy conditions. Then for tonight, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., this is when it gets a little bit more interesting in the valleys. Peak gust around 35 miles per hour in Yakima, around 50 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley. BC for the Blue Foothills and the Blue Mountains, those winds should mainly turn light. We'll continue to keep it pretty light in the lower Columbia Basin. Other than that, for tonight, clear skies, overnight lows down into the 40s and 50s for lower elevations. We're going to be in the 30s and 40s up in the Cascades and the Blues. Then for Friday, perhaps another round of some stronger wind gusts. Once again, it's going to be the Kittitas Valley with those winds gusting out of the north and west, peaking around 45 miles per hour. So the winds, I'd say that's a pretty big story over the next 7 days, but I'd argue that this is probably like the biggest weather story over the next 7 days, as in the Tri-Cities we could hit 100 degrees for the first time in 2025, officially going with the forecast high of 101 for Sunday. Now, also bear in mind that this is still, 5-6 days out, so this is definitely subject to change, but early indications are that we could have some of our hottest weather of the season thus far for this weekend, and if that verifies, we would end up being about 20 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. And unfortunately, there are going to be no rain chances at all in the forecast over the next 7 days to cool us off. That means that the vegetation is going to be dry. It's going to be stressed out, especially with the heat. So that is not great for the prospects of fire season. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, maybe hitting 100 for the first time of the year on Sunday. We'll have another good shot at that on Monday, too. In Yakima, 80s through Thursday, 90s starting on Friday, and within a stone's throw of 100 for Sunday. In Ellensburg, a round of strong gusts this evening, another for Friday. Then we'll watch for similar possibilities on Sunday and Monday. In Hermiston, highs trending warmer throughout the week with lots of sun, maybe hitting triple digits on Sunday. Then for Walla Walla, upper 70s today. That might be the last time we see that for a while, as highs surge into the 90s this weekend.
Ew, get off of me.
Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, get ready to feel totally buggin'. The movie Clueless is celebrating its 30th year anniversary, and it's not the only one. Coming up in your entertainment headlines, we'll look at all the milestones on the big screen and billboards, and that is all after the break.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
What's great about basketball? Almost everything.
What's not great about basketball? The term three-pointer.
Boring.
Instead, let's just call them triple plays.
Check it out. Hit it, Steve.
Roberts has it, fires. It's a triple play.
It actually works.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Complete coincidence that that's also the name of where we work.
Not engineered by marketing, no way.
Did you know Astria Health has the only team of neurosurgeons in the Lower Valley? Patients no longer need to travel long distances to receive the spine care they need. Patients with spinal tumors, stenosis, herniated or degenerative disc diseases, spine trauma, fractures, or spinal cord injury can be seen by an Astria neurosurgeon in Prosser, Sunnyside, or Zillah. Ask your primary care provider for a referral to one of our neurosurgeons. Astria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home.
Vance Heating and Air has been keeping Yakima homes cool since 1986. If your air conditioner needs service this summer, we'll take $86 off the cost of any AC repair. Our skilled technicians service all makes and models, and we guarantee you'll be happy when our work is complete. If your old AC is a throwback, save now on a new energy-efficient Daikin Fit system. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
Want to revolutionize your career in digital advertising? Then join our team at Apple Valley News Now. We're looking for people passionate about helping local businesses thrive in today's evolving market. Check us out now at morganmurphymedia.com/current-openings.
The 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Welcome back, everyone. In your entertainment headlines this morning, we're breaking out the plaid skirts and butterfly clips. Why? Well, because we're headed back to the early 2000s.
If you're clueless on what we're referencing, we're talking about the iconic teen comedy movie Clueless. It's turning 30 years old. Wow.
Also, Mariah Carey is hitting a high note with the 20th anniversary release of The Emancipation of Mimi, great album. And so from Beverly Hills hallways to Billboard chart history, here's Melissa Adon with the latest in Hollywood.
Ew, get off of me.
Clueless is turning 30. In celebration of the big milestone, Paramount Pictures has announced the iconic film will be coming back to theaters nationwide on June 29th and 30th. The film, starring Alicia Silverstone as the fashionable and popular teen Cher Horowitz, originally debuted on July 19th, 1995.
The big news is Joanne has a new man in her life.
Okay, but we're not using names, so let's just call him the Prophet.
Turns out Netflix wants a little more of Nobody Wants This. Season 2 of the comedy series, which stars Kristen Bell and Adam Brody, is set to premiere on the streamer on October 23rd. Mariah Carey has gone from looking back to looking forward following the release of the 20th anniversary edition of her album, The Emancipation of Mimi. The singer seems to be teasing a new project. On Monday, she posted a video to social media featuring references to MC16, a potential hint that her 16th studio album is on the way.
Let's hear it for the boy.
And let's hear it for the boy. Singer Denise Williams is 74 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Melissa O'Don, ABC News, Los Angeles.
To it, Josh. You usually get a song stuck in my head, but today Mariah Carey did.
Well, there were multiple songs there that could have been stuck in the head. So,
but I think it's MCs that'll be stuck in my head.
Okay.
Probably Obsessed, because now I'm thinking of that song. One of my favorite songs by Mariah Carey, and just in general. What's your favorite Mariah Carey song? Do you have one? No.
It's Emotions. That's not right.
Oh, okay. No, Emotions.
No.
Well, it goes like that. I know. You got me feeling emotion. That one?
I think so.
Okay.
I think it's
we'll
Emotions.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, 3 young girls are still missing after a planned visitation goes wrong. We have why Wenatchee police are increasingly concerned and who they say could be with them. Also, Chinook season is in the Snake River, but you've only got a few days to make your catch. We have the rules you need to know before casting off. It's all coming up in your next half hour, but first we're going to check out your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, a startup once hailed as the future of app building bites the dust. UK-based Builder AI has officially entered insolvency. The company raised $445 million with big backers like Microsoft by promising it could create apps with the help of artificial intelligence. No coding required. But now a financial backer claims the platform wasn't powered by AI at all, but by human engineers in India. Next, usernames are reportedly coming to WhatsApp. The long-awaited feature will allow users to connect without actually sharing their phone numbers. The change will bring WhatsApp in line with other messaging apps such as Telegram and Signal. Finally, a major milestone for an 80s pop icon. Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up has now surpassed 1 billion streams on Spotify. The song dominated the charts back in 1987, and Astley said he never thought the song would still be going strong after almost 40 years. Those are your Tech Bites.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on home insurance by checking Allstate first.
All right, Dad, you ready?
Like you know to check under the carpet first, before ripping it all out.
Hardwood in 3, 2, 1. It's okay. It's under the time of year.
Yeah, checking first is smart.
You can put it back. I'm out.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Don't let congestion take over. Afrin No Drips. Wow. Ridiculously fast nasal congestion relief.
Wow.
The wow is real.
These dishes just aren't getting clean.
Problem isn't your machine. It's likely your detergent. I recommend switching to Cascade Platinum Plus. These new pods have the grease-fighting power of Dawn, easily removing up to 100% of tough stuck-on foods. Cascade Platinum Plus.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert. And my favorite Mariah Carey song is Fantasy.
You thought of it?
It's not
Fantasy.
It's not Emotions. It's
and
Fantasy.
It is called Emotions, not Motions.
Yes.
Which is what I was thinking.
Just had to clear up some stuff.
Yeah.
A little bit of housekeeping.
And you've been doing pretty good with this 3-degree guarantee. Not too shabby.
Yeah, it's not fantasy. It's reality that the jackpot is now
mic drop.
$925.
We can't drop our mics. We'll have to pay for them.
Yes. We're 4 away. We're 4 away. Actually, I take that back. We're 3 away now. I lost count there. 3 away from hitting 1,000. So it's going to be a stressful week. But yesterday went with forecast high of 80 in Pasco Tri-Cities, it verified at 79. So the jackpot went up to $925. So for today, going with the forecast high of 84 in Pasco Tri-Cities, if it verifies between 81 to 87, the jackpot's going to hit $950. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalley.newsnow.com, clicking on the contest page. You can scan the QR code that's on your screen. Now, what's on your screen is a live, beautiful look at Pasco. This view coming courtesy of the Dust Devils. We do have some clouds up in the sky for this morning, but fear not, because later today, we're going to have plenty of sunshine. Right now, the wind's a little bit blustery in the Kittitas Valley. We'll certainly see more of that throughout the day, especially for this evening, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's going to be the peak of the strongest wind gusts throughout the next 24 hours in the Kittitas Valley. The rest of us could also see some breezy or windy conditions. Right now, temperatures in the 40s and 50s and even some 60s, the low 60s for lower elevations, 62 up towards the Hanford side, but 30s and 40s up in the mountains. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. Going to be 68 room temperature as soon as 10 this morning, 75 by lunchtime, then getting up into the low 80s, low to mid 80s for the basin. So that'll place us at about 5 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. That's going to be upper 70s for the Kittitas Valley and the Bluefoot Hills of Walla Walla County, and then mid 80s for the Yakima Valley and the lower Columbia Basin. I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast, and I'll show you just how dry our vegetation is. So all that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Starting off this half hour of news with continuing coverage, the Wenatchee Police Department is still on the hunt for 3 girls they believe are missing. The children were last seen around 5 p.m. on Friday, and they left home with their father in a 2017 GMC Sierra for a planned visitation. But now officials tell us that communication has not been made or returned with the father, Travis Decker. WPD describes him as a homeless man who has lived in motels, campgrounds, and also his car, adding that he has gone outside the parameters of the parenting plan, describing it as not normal. If you know anything about this, call 911. And continuing coverage on the growing pushback against Washington's new firearm law, House Bill 1163, which is set to take effect in 2027. Okanogan County Sheriff Paul Boudreaux is the latest to speak out against the bill, saying the law unfairly targets responsible gun owners while doing little to stop criminals. In a formal statement, Sheriff Boudreaux said Washington already has strong firearm laws, and the real issue is a justice system that fails to hold offenders accountable. Under the new law, anybody purchasing a firearm in Washington would need a permit, fingerprints, an enhanced background check, and live fire training. It also requires a certified safety course and proof of proficiency, firing at least 50 rounds at a range. Sheriff Boudreaux says these rules put rural residents at a disadvantage where access to training and certification may be limited or expensive. Boudreaux also saying that on social media, quote, "I cannot support legislation that disproportionately affects law-abiding citizens while failing to address the root issues contributing to gun violence." And he's not alone in raising red flags. Franklin County Sheriff Jim Raymond has also expressed concerns, calling the law fundamentally unconstitutional and questioning how it would even be enforced. House Bill 1163 was passed earlier this year as part of Washington's ongoing push for gun safety. Supporters say the goal is to reduce gun violence and encourage responsible ownership. But with more sheriffs speaking out and legal challenges likely ahead, the debate over this bill is far from over. Now we'll continue to follow the developments on Good Morning Northwest, so keep it right here. And we have more information on a story out of Oregon that we first brought to you yesterday morning. 5 people are in critical condition after a mass stabbing that started in a homeless shelter on Sunday. Police say a man started stabbing people in the Union Gospel Missions lobby in Salem, Oregon, and 2 of them were employees. Witnesses say he continued stabbing people in the shelter before moving outside and attacking people at random. In total, 12 people were injured, and one of the employees is among the 5 who were in critical condition as of 11 a.m. yesterday. Police say the attack was unprovoked and the knife used is about 8 inches long. The suspect is facing attempted murder charges and has been denied bail. All right, take a look at this new video from Apple Valley News Now viewer Derek Condit. Take a look at it right now.
We're waiting right now to see if we can move the big rig so we get to more of the hives.
So the Whatcom County Sheriff's Office says most of the bees that escaped their hives after a truck crash Friday morning in Washington have been recovered. Deputies also corrected the number of bees. Originally, officials said it was 250 million, but now the Sheriff's Office says that number is 14 million. Nearly 24 beekeepers showed up to the crash and helped rescue those bees. Looking at Pasco now, if you're flying out of the Tri-Cities Airport anytime soon, airport officials want to give you a heads up about some ongoing parking lot maintenance. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert explains how this could affect your next trip.
The Tri-Cities Airport has recently started some routine maintenance on one of its largest parking areas. The work includes things like crack sealing and repainting, and while the airport, which services 6 airlines and serves tens of thousands of travelers each month, says the work is very necessary, and while it can be an inconvenience, they're doing the best to keep passengers in mind throughout the process.
We just decided to close off a portion of the lot and just get this work done. Hopefully it'll be a 2-week project. This is the first time we've done it in the lot, so other than COVID when it was empty.
Taft says a lot of this routine maintenance was put off during the height of the pandemic due to uncertainty and reduced travel.
Deferred some maintenance, and now we're having to pick up some of the lighter maintenance and hopefully get us through before we have to do a complete mill and overlay of the parking lot.
While maintenance is underway, airport officials asked folks to not park in the marked off blue section of the long-term parking with signs like these. However, space should not be an issue as the airport has over 2,000 parking spots and space has not been a concern in a very long time.
Taft says the only time parking really becomes tight is around major holidays like Christmas. But even then, the airport has managed to handle the demand.
That's where parking gets maxed out. We want everything running as efficiently as possible and no hiccups, but outside of Thanksgiving and Christmas, we handle every holiday fairly smoothly.
Looking ahead, Taft says they may continue this maintenance work on other parts of the parking lot in the future.
We have more spaces to work with now, so we're just trying to get as much done as we can. So hopefully we don't have to do this again. But next year we may do the other half, or the other quarter, just to get it done.
Routine maintenance like this helps both keep the airport running efficiently and keeps travel safe and smooth for everyone. In Pasco, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, William. Now, all maintenance is scheduled to wrap up by the end of the month. Moving to Yakima County now, where Fire District 5 says they've put the first of 5 new brush trucks into service. The truck was purchased through the Construction and Equipment Bond, and it'll service the Grandview area. YCFD says they hope to have 2 to 3 more trucks ready prior to the 4th of July. And looking ahead today, if you're a salmon angler, listen to this. Spring Chinook fishing on the Snake River kicks off today, but it's only open for a few days, so you'll want to plan ahead for this. Starting today, the stretch below Little Goose Dam will be open through Friday, and over at Ice Harbor, anglers can fish Wednesday and Thursday. Fishermen can keep up to 4 hatchery Chinook, but only 1 can be an adult. Anything wild must go right back into the water. Barbless hooks are required, and once you've caught your 1 adult Chinook, you're done fishing for the day.
Typically, when we open fisheries, especially near the Tri-Cities, we get high attendance. The anglers in the Tri-Cities are very good at catching salmon. Some of the best sport fleet efficiencies we see are from Tri-Cities anglers.
WDFW will be keeping an eye on catch numbers and says the fishery could close early if needed. And they're also reminding folks that following the rules isn't just about limits. It's about protecting wild salmon and keeping hatchery programs healthy for the future. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, a family in Washington is back together and safe this morning thanks to the heroic actions of their neighbors after an apartment fire left a toddler and dog trapped inside the home. We have more on the heartwarming reunion after the break. But first, Josh will have another look at your weather forecast for today. Keep it here. We'll be right back.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
Did you know Tri-City Lumber Company isn't just for contractors? We're your local source for decking, railing, hardware, and more, open to everyone. For over 30 years, DIYers and homeowners have trusted us for quality materials and expert one-on-one advice. Now, under new ownership, we're making it even easier to shop local and build better. Skip the big box stores. Visit Tri-City Lumber today on Clearwater and Kennewick, or call us at 509-783-3322 today.
Got a birthday coming up, celebrating a big win, or just want to gather the crew for a pizza and a good time? For decades, Hubby's Pizza has been the go-to spot for family, friends, and fun. Reserve your table and bring the whole gang. Kids, family, teammates, whoever loves great pizza and good vibes. Dig into your favorite pizza, hit up the fresh salad bar, and let the kids have a blast in the arcade. And if the party's at your place, no problem. Hubby's now delivers through Grubhub and DoorDash. A community tradition, a place to celebrate. Acquire the Hubby's habit today.
And Consumer Reports.
We're testers.
This organization accepts no advertising or sponsorship.
Since 1936.
Testing dishwashers, TVs, cars, vacuums.
We buy directly from stores, just like you.
Making sure products are safe.
And that they last.
Because we're advocates.
Engineers and scientists. We're testers. We're Consumer Reports.
Join us.
The NBA Finals begin June 5th on ABC.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health Spine Center. Visit prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
It's a matchup for the ages.
I would never use a word like destiny, but sure.
Jeopardy Masters semifinals and finals all in one night.
Who will be crowned champion?
The 2-hour Jeopardy Masters finale event, Wednesday, 7 Central on ABC.
This week, Keanu Reeves takes on GMA.
Oh yeah, looking forward to that.
Plus, Super Bowl champ Saquon Barkley, Sydney Sweeney, Julianne Moore, and Zoe Saldana are all live on
Buenos Dias, America.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in Kittitas County, where it will be windy today in the Kittitas Valley. Peak gusts out of the north and west around 45 miles per hour. Highs around 80 in Ellensburg, closer to 85 down towards Vantage. Then in the Yakima Valley, low to mid-80s. A little bit breezy today. Winds peak gusts out of the north and west around 25 miles per hour. Lots of sunshine. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, light winds for today. They should stay pretty light overnight as well. And today's high is going to be in the low to mid 80s. Then for the Blue Foothills, bit breezy here. Gusts out of the north and west, peaking around 15 to 25 miles per hour. Will be around 80 for places like Pendleton, Milton, Freewater, Walla Walla, but more like mid 70s in the Blue Foothills of Morrow County, 60s and 70s up in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. Okay, now let's talk about today's vegetation dryness. And remember, 100%, that would be the driest vegetation we've seen in any particular microclimate since 2000. And so the higher that number is, the worse it is for the fire setup. And that number pretty high in the Cascades in the lower Yakima Basin, as it is the dryness level is at a critical level right now down that way. It's at an elevated level in the Cascades, in the upper Yakima Basin of the Cascades, and also for the Blues. Just a medium level of dryness right now for the lower Columbia Basin, the valleys, and the Blue Foothills. But temperatures going up this weekend, so I'd imagine these numbers would go up as well.
Now, Josh, we've been talking a lot about fires. There's been a lot going on in the region, but we're looking at a heroic story about an apartment fire. So a neighbor helping a family in Lacey, Washington that got caught in a fire at their second-floor apartment, but the source of that fire still remains a mystery.
Sarah Salem said she's certain of one thing: her neighbors are heroes. Drew Mickelson reports on how the quick actions of those nearby saved several lives and the heartwarming reunion that followed.
Take a look at this remarkable story.
My steps here had to be replaced.
The damage, relatively minor.
What are you reporting? Fire.
Doesn't tell the story.
What are they saying in the background?
That we need help fast because it's getting harder and harder to breathe. They were trapped. They could not get down.
Last Thursday around 5 p.m., something started a fire in the garbage pile beneath Sarah Salem's second-floor apartment in Lacey.
Just as low as...
It quickly filled the stairwell with smoke and flames, blocking the main entrance and exit.
The stairs are on fire and we can't get down.
Upstairs and inside were 3 of Salem's adult children, their dog.
You're 3?
I'm 3. And granddaughter, Hazel. Luckily, they're all okay. And Sarah, who likes to be called Nana, says she has the heroic actions of her neighbors to thank for that.
I really feel like this could have all caught up in flames and really been bad, and then, yeah, I don't know what they would have done at that point and how they would have gotten out.
While some grabbed garden hoses.
As soon as I heard that there were people inside, I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't just sit and watch.
A group of employees from Lacey Collision Center next door hopped a barbed wire fence to come help out.
2 of the guys came and held the barbed wire down as I hopped over the first time, and then I threw my sweatshirt over the second time to get back on the other side.
They got the family and the dog safely out of a second-story window, along with the help of Lacey firefighters.
We get you guys one more hug.
I'm glad you're all right.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, I'm a hugger, guys. Thank you guys so much. But I just thank you guys so much for being there and jumping into action, because I could have lost a lot that day. Was it scary? No.
Nana wasn't home when the fire started. She doesn't want to think about what might have happened if those good Samaritans weren't around.
Because they saved my family and my home. And that's really important, because I was afraid I wasn't going to even have a home to come to.
Oh my goodness.
That was really sweet, and I love the ignorant bliss of the toddlers.
Oh yeah, she's like, were you scared? No. Yeah,
she didn't
that's
know what
part
was
of
going
the
on.
story. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, keep it here, because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door. And Josh right here will be back with your full, oh, look at that bird. Caw-caw. He'll be back with your first alert weather forecast. Any hints, Josh?
It's gonna be hot. It's getting hot in here.
We'll be right back.
I met a cute poodle outside. She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free.
When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free. Hello? That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
Call 853-2222. For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
Summer's heating up. That means it's time to dive in. Pasco's Memorial Aquatic Park opens Saturday, June 14th. Get signed up for swim lessons. Grab your season passes and don't miss your chance to join the Pasco swim team. Looking to cool off? Open swim runs daily from 1 to 5:45 p.m. So grab the family and come make a splash. It's all happening at the Pasco Memorial Aquatic Park. Your summer fun starts here.
Got a family reunion in the works? Make it unforgettable at Beaver Valley Lodge. With cozy rooms, beautiful mountain views, and plenty of space to gather, it's the perfect place to reconnect and make new memories. Book direct with us and get 10% off. That means more savings for barbecues, bonfires, and all those late-night laughs. So skip the middleman and book direct today, because great reunions start with the perfect place to stay. Beaver Valley Lodge. Come as a guest and leave as a friend.
Get ready for a night of non-stop fun with Tommy James and the Shondells. Saturday, October 4th, Legends Casino Hotel. A lifetime of hits with the legendary Tommy James and the Shondells. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Saturday, October 4th, Legends Casino Hotel.
The NBA Finals begin June 5th on ABC.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health Spine Center. Visit prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
I met a cute poodle outside. She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free.
When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free. Hello? That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
Call 853-2222.
Stacy Lee, Cap KVU First Alert Weather. Watch tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be another gorgeous day out there. Lots of sunshine and high temperatures that'll be warmer compared to yesterday. So we'll be about 5 degrees warmer than normal for June 3rd. That means 70s and 80s for lower elevations, 60s up in the Cascades, 50s and 60s up in the Blues. It will be a little bit breezy today across the map, except for in the Tri-Cities and Hermiston, also for portions of the Blue Mountains, but peak gust around 45 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley until 5 p.m. And then from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., that's when the stakes are raised a little bit, as peak gusts could be around 50 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley, around 35 miles per hour in the Yakima Valley. But after 10 p.m., those winds should calm down. Otherwise, tonight's going to be a clear night. Overnight lows just like with last night, down in the 40s and 50s for lower elevations, 40s up in the Cascades, 30s and 40s up in the Blues. And for Friday, we could have another round of winds, this time peak gust around 45 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley. Nothing too significant, especially in comparison to what we just had this past weekend, but something that should be on your radar. Hey, I know this is probably on your radar. It's going to feel very summer-like as we head into this weekend. You see, no one day is going to have any big temperature shift, right? It's just going to be this gradual warm up right into the weekend. Could touch 101 in the Tri-Cities by Sunday. We still have several days to tweak this forecast, but early indications are that the heat is going to be on for this weekend. And unfortunately, no rain's going to be on over the next 7 days. Our forecast stays bone dry, and that is not what we love to see around this time of the year. Here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, maybe hitting 100 for the first time of the year on Sunday. We'll have another good shot at that on Monday as well. In Yakima, 80s through Thursday, 90s starting on Friday, and within a stone's throw of 100 for Sunday. In Ellensburg, a round of strong gusts this evening, another for Friday. Then we'll watch for similar possibilities on Sunday and Monday. In Hermiston, highs trending warmer throughout the week with lots of sun, maybe hitting triple digits on Sunday. Then for Walla Walla, upper 70s today, and that might be the last time we see that for a while as highs surge into the 90s this weekend.
Now, the morning sprint.
5:51, it's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour, and we're starting off with the top 5 local stories that you need to know. First up, Wenatchee police are still searching for 3 young girls who were last seen on Friday. Officials say they left home with their father, Travis Decker, for a scheduled visit, but he hasn't returned or responded to family. Police say Decker is homeless and may be living out of a truck or staying in campgrounds. Anybody with information is urged to call 911.
This has been a witch hunt from the very beginning, and it's been orchestrated by that woman over there, Councilwoman Handy. Mr. Manager.
Now you just heard it there in Sunnyside. Tensions ran high last night as City Council voted to place City Manager Mike Gonzalez on paid administrative leave. Gonzalez called the move a, quote, witch hunt and accused a councilwoman of political motivation. An interim manager is expected to be named later this week. Transportation projects across the Tri-Cities region just got a major boost. Benton Franklin has been awarded over $20 million in federal grants, and this will fund roundabouts, road repairs, and much more safety improvements throughout the area. A body found near the Columbia River in Benton County on May 24th is still not identified. The man was wearing work clothes and had multiple tattoos, but no ID on him. An autopsy listed the cause of death as undetermined, but further test results are still pending. Anybody with any information is to contact the Benton County Sheriff's Office. And if you're a salmon angler, listen to this. Spring Chinook fishing on the Snake River starts today. The stretch below Little Goose Dam will be open through Friday. Ice Harbor is open Wednesday and Thursday. Now, anglers can keep up to 4 hatchery fish, but only 1 can be an adult. Also, barbless hooks are required, and once you catch your 1 adult, you're done for the day. Now to your national headlines this morning. The Trump administration is demanding that California public schools ban transgender athletes from girls' sports. Right now, California allows students to compete based on their gender identities. And last weekend, a transgender high school junior won the state title in girls' track and field events. The Justice Department has given school districts until Monday to notify it in writing that they plan to comply with the ban if it threatened legal action against any that fail to do so. In your business news this morning, Disney was far from the happiest place on earth for several hundred employees yesterday. That's how many the House of the Mouse fired. The company says the layoffs are primarily jobs that work in marketing for movies and TV, also publicity, casting, and development. In your health news, middle-aged women with a regular coffee habit could be setting themselves up to live a longer and healthier life. A study looked at women in their 50s who drank 1 to 3 cups of caffeinated coffee a day, and it found that they were more likely to reach older age free from major chronic diseases and with good cognitive, physical, and mental health. The conclusions are based on dietary data from more than 47,000 women. Talking sports now, the Baltimore Orioles will attempt to build upon a 3-game winning streak with the victory against the Seattle Mariners. The teams will meet for the first time this season today, and this follows a 1-run win from the Mariners on Sunday against the Minnesota Twins. Trending this morning in Italy now, one of the world's most active volcanoes erupted yesterday. And this is crazy because I was just there, but was not in this specific area.
Good timing, right?
Missed it.
Well, this was all caught on camera, so take a look at your screen.
Ooh.
I wouldn't want to be there.
That's a big eruption.
Yes.
Okay, so Mount Etna on the island of Sicily is one of the world's most active volcanoes, and scientists say yesterday's eruption shot gases, ash, and rock about 21,000 feet into the air. Ooh.
Some tourists were caught by surprise and ran from the area to take cover. No word of any injuries.
So people from 30 miles away heard the explosions, and flights around the area were all suspended.
Think about how scary that must have been to be there and to be those people right there.
Goodness.
Well, the volcano eruption caught the tourists off guard, but people who live in the area are used to it.
Oh.
There have already been more than 15 eruptions so far this year, so that kind of takes some of the sting out of it.
And that goes with the whole Italian lifestyle of like Dolce Vita. You're just kind of relaxed. You're just, living life, living well, and, you're just, it happens.
Sure, well, those people did not get the memo.
It's also funny because Sicily is where White Lotus season 2 takes place, and that's just, kind of shows how it follows different people's lives at a hotel. And so crazy things keep happening, so this would have been a great addition to that show.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Good plot twist.
Yeah. All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, tensions ran high in Sunnyside last night with the city manager placed on leave and accusations flying. But we have what's next for city leadership and more details coming up in your next hour. Plus, oh dear, we have a lot coming up, including more on what's trending this morning, like deer crossings and orangutans painting. You don't want to miss it. All coming up in your next hour. But Josh, what are you tracking for us?
Nothing as exciting as orangutan paintings, but it's going to get pretty hot as we head into this weekend. Could touch triple digits for the first time this year. I'll tell you who's going to be positioned best to see that coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.